the roster rundown.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we do see ourselves having a little look at the second round, and it is PMP against NCE, as Exo did say. So on the PMP side, we do have the likes of Merku, Solu, Liho, Mudai, and Umbe against the force of NCE, which is Zyme, Rizbo, DNZ, Reveler, and Dijov. So on this one, I'm hoping for a little bit of a closer game compared to the previous game that we watched from the Ballers lads, and we are going to be on Crash, so I can see a great game coming out. What about you? What do you think we're going to be able to see this game? Are we going to see a one-sided match, or are we going to be going for a little bit of an even spread?
I'm really not sure. I haven't really seen the Next Century guys play before, but so far, just watching them in the ready-up time, it looks like there should be a decent team to play against. And on Crash, anything can happen with all the tight corners and long-range spaces as well. Who knows? Do you want to take it away with this one, Pansy?
I think you're going to have to, as my game has crashed, so...
Oh, okay. I'm going to follow DNZ from Next Century guys out of spawn with that scope. He will spot one person. Almost managed to kill his teammate there as Reveler dived in front of his fire and got a bullet through the legs as payback, as Lihu will open the fragging with that first grenade onto Reveler there, as we see Pansy finally reconnecting, and they will shut down DNZ with that AK, giving the PMP guys a two-man advantage at the start of this game. And Zyme coming back onto Umbe there, Solo not liking that one bit, will shut Zyme down with that SMG, and Lihu again onto Rizbo. SMG is really doing all the work so far with the nades and the different positions taken up by those players, really shutting down the Next Century guys, as it's Dijov. 1v4 managed to pick up Mudai for the first kill. Does have the bomb, which is a small thing in his advantage, but Solo is behind him. He didn't pick the right corner, and he paid for it. So the first round goes to PMP after not that much time.
It was a very quick round, and this is why I like Crash. You get to see that real clear-cut push from those SMGs that do make all the difference. So I'm going to follow Reveler here from the start with that scope in hand, looking down B long, hopefully to spot the enemy scope, which I do believe is Mudai, but I could be wrong as Lihu kicks us off in this round. But Umbe picking up two for himself very quickly, and Reveler finally replying, but is left in a 1-on-4 and didn't manage to last too long there, as it's 2 rounds to the good for PMP.
Such quick rounds so far. Who's top ranking for PMP? I'm going to watch Lihu for the PMP guys. I'm not sure what gun he's playing actually, as we've seen him only with his deagle and his nade so far. Umbe and Mudai starting off the fragging nicely there with kills to DNZ and Zyme. And we see Lihu getting tagged up by a nade, but nothing will go down as Reveler gets the first kill for the Next Century guys onto Merco there. And I am going to move, I was going to say I'll move over to Reveler, but I'm not anymore as he's shut down, and Umbe again shutting down his teammate Dijov, and it's a 1v4, such a quick round yet again. Where is Rizbo? This is not a position you want to be left in. 1v4 against the PMP guys. He is tagged up heavy, he's on a sliver of health. Solu with the knife to finish it off for the 3rd round in a row for the PMP guys. Do you think this could end up as a whitewash?
I think it'd be stupid for me to say it wouldn't, so I'm going to follow Umbe here from the PMP boys, as he is leading the way on the scoreboard for the side. Can he do the same again? Mudai taking us away with the opposing frag onto the scope from NCE, which is Reveler. We do see a little bit of a mid-push finally coming out from NCE, but not too much good as Lihu picks up a frag for himself when left in a 5-on-2. Now Mudai picking up one, but Zyme finally replying onto Merco, and Rizbo and Zyme with a mountain to climb. But Rizbo finally waking up and picking up one for himself, and Zyme with another. 2-on-1. Thank you for waking up, my friends, as Umbe is left with 2 players to spot. And he spots one, drops Zyme. Can he get the other frag? As he is darting towards B, that is Rizbo with the bomb in hand. Umbe flying round to red card, leaps out with the AK, doesn't manage to land the frag or any shots as the X is not going down without a fight, as Rizbo is tagged up within an inch of his life. Can he drop this frag? Umbe, please manage to drop him, please. And it all slows down as the bomb now is faked out by Rizbo. Peeking every corner cautiously, making sure that Umbe doesn't have an easy time of this, but the fire does come in from Umbe, and now the bomb is finally down. Rizbo just has to manage to hit this shot, darts off to B alley, and now Umbe has a timer definitely ticking down to his doom unless he manages to draw out the fire of Rizbo. Hindsighting all his way into the bomb side, does manage to spawn. Can he land the frag? No, he can't. Tags him up. Does go for the little fake. Peeks out, and Rizbo picks up the frag. Thank you very much, NCE, for waking up, and that mid push truly did them some good.
The aim of Umbi there really was not up to its
Questionable.
normal standard. Where is Rizbo? He really did win that round. But NCE guys faking to perfection, not wanting to die or drop to any stupid shots. And in the end, he managed to play it safe and pick up the kill that mattered. As we see the fragging open this round by Revel onto Lihu, giving the Next Century guys a one-man advantage, which they do need if they're going to pull some rounds back onto the board at the moment. Rizbo now looking down at the alley area. Has been spotted by an opposing player. No tags will go out between them though. Just a few odd shots flying out as we see Mirko, Zolu and Mudai picking up 3 quick kills onto Next Century, lads. And now Umbe are going to Rizbo. And it's Reveler 1v4 with situation we've seen so many times. And Umbe flying out the corner of his eye will pick up the frag onto him there. PMP playing so fast, aren't they?
Oh, very much so. They are taking no prisoners. Even on defense, they're truly bringing the game to NCE. So let's see what's going on with the SMGs on NCE as Zyme is darting towards A with that bomb in hand, but Mudai having none of it, dropping the scope for NCE and Solo dropping A. But oh, lovely little headshot onto Liho there, as he has managed to crack the A defense almost, as there's just one more SMG to find and he can't manage to land the frag. The Solo will pick it up. We are left in a 2-on-2. Gameplay surely to slow down now. Dejov and Riz left, and Umbe and Solu have to get the work going. Is the bomb down anywhere? Solu is on that top A area with the deagle in hand. Can he land the shot that he desperately needs? No, he can't. But Ombe can, as drops the job there, and Rizbo now has to do some work. He knows where the bomb is. He knows where one player is. AK in hand, peeks him at top A. Can't manage to land the frag or a tag for that matter, as he now is left in a little bit of a crossfire here. If he walks out towards front A, he is going to be met with the fire of Umbe as well as Solu. He's got to try and find one of these players with clock ticking down, 45 seconds left on the clock. There isn't much time to do it, and they need this round desperately. Peeking out of blue here, can he manage to spot the player just down on that B-long area? No, he can't, but the ever-pending fire from Solu does come raining down from top A, does spot him with the SMG. Wrong gun to be in hand there. He's got to dart across, get towards A quickly, my friend. You've got 25 seconds on the clock, and you know there's going to be a player waiting for you. Solu diving down into mid-A here, as they are all kind of converging on that lower A area. Rizbo now bomb in hand, has to spot him, doesn't manage to do so. Umbe will pick up the frag, 5-1 in favour of PMP.
So one-sided at the moment, isn't it? I'm going to watch Mirko out of spawn. I'm not sure if he's going to go with the shotgun or the AK, and he will switch back to AK with a second to spare. He is on 1 for 3 at the moment for PMP, guys, which is a little bit unusual considering they are 4 rounds ahead at the moment. Mudai opening the fragging onto Reveler there. I think that may have been through smoke from that glitch roof area. Lihu with 2 quick frags onto Djob and Zyme, leaving 2 players left alive for Next Century team. Next Century again put into a position where they do not want to be, and DNZ making that even worse as Mudai will kill him with ease down that B alley with the scope, which is doing him so well so far. On 9 for 3 Mudai. And it's Rizbo, yet again, the good old 1v4 against the PMP players, which he will not want to reenact after last time, and Solo will pick up the frag onto him. Another round to PMP. Wow.
My game is crashing from sadness for NCE. That is exactly what's happening. It's kicking me out of here because PMP are so strong, they're just running away with it. So I'm going to dive back into this and see what NCE can do. Can they go for that mid push again? It worked so well before, but Mirko has made his way into mid with that AK, drops the job there, and now they've already kicked off the round. But Umbe, what are we doing? But he does finally manage to land a frag onto the enemy team. Mudai with 1 for himself, and now it's a 4-on-2. DNZ and Rizbo left alive. So I'm going to flick across to DNZ here with that scope in hand. Rizbo picks up 1 for himself. Umbe down, the danger man for the PMP side on 11 to 3. DNZ just hoping to get a peek towards that 8. A little bit of fire coming out in his direction, but nothing coming to good for him, as he does see his teammate slowly being encroached upon by the enemy scope, and that is Mudai, who does land the frag. And now DNZ needs to get this, but he will not do so as Liho is on the way. 7-1. This is the whitewash we didn't want.
Such good SMG play for PMP, guys. It would actually be a shame to deny them the win in this kind of situation. Where are we going to go? I'm going to follow Umbe out of spawn, I think, after a comment from Zyme from the Next Century guys saying about how he obviously was using Juggernaut last round because he was not taking a single bullet. Solo and Mirko opening or fragging up with the SMG and AK down to Djob and Reveler, and again an advantage in favour of PMP, which really they don't need any more advantages at this kind of moment. It's time to start taking things away instead of giving them to them on a play, as Merkel will shut down Rizbo and Zyme will reply with that SMG frag to Lihu. I'm going to move over to Zyme now. He's in not the best kind of situation considering there's an opposing player. I'm not sure if that's above him or around the corner from him, but in very, very close proximity, just waiting for him to move towards him. Andy will turn his back. Andy will manage to shut down Mudai there as there's a player behind him, and the player in front of him picks up the third but cannot pick up the frag onto Solu, who's just behind him, and too quick with that deagle. 2 versus 1. DNZ, I am going to watch you right now as you will have to kill Umbe and Solu. This could possibly be one of the hardest things to do that he has had to achieve so far this match, and it will apparently be too hard for him as Umbe is just waiting there, waiting for him to push, and will manage to shut him down. Another to PMP.
This is not what we want, and hopefully the man I'm following this round, which will be Zyme, will change the tides of victory so far for PMP as he does dart towards A once again. Can they stop this mid-push from PMP? Because they've been so aggressive. He does spot at one in mid, doesn't manage to land the frag, and Lihu will capitalise on that fact and drop him down. But Mudai with one for himself and Lihu with another. I've got to follow this man because he's on a mission. Drops the third. Can he get the fourth? Revel left alive, spots him at link. Can he get the frag? No, he can't. Mudai will dive in there with the deagle and drop him 9-1.
Lihu, wow, like I said about SMG playing, that really is a prime example of it. I'm going to follow Lihu now after what he did last round. Let's see if he can replay the action that he managed to find as he gets his nade out. Does spot the opposing player and will insist on throwing his smoke, knowing that he'll be well covered by Mirko, picking up those 2 quick kills. And then 2 seconds, I just have to answer my phone. Pansy, if you wouldn't mind taking over.
So I'll dive into this round, and we do find Zyme and Rizbo left alive. The clutch, hopeful masters from NCE, but doesn't seem to be working as Rizbo will be dropped. Soon Zyme will follow shortly. Now scope in hand, picks up one lovely little shot onto Umbe there. 2 to find, Mudai tagged up, and so is Lihu. This could happen. Don't write it out yet, as he does spot one pushing him from that broken wall area. Doesn't manage to land the frag, gets his deagle out. No tags. Oh! Incredible no scrape from Zyme. This is what we want, my friends. NCE finally waking up, but I say NCE, I think it's one player, and that one player is called Zyme. Now with the bomb in hand, with one player left to find, who's pushed up out of place, and that is Mudai. Can he drop this player? And it will be a beautiful round. Oh my god. What a round from Zyme. Simply incredible. Finally waking up, and I do believe PMP even saying it themselves. Are we back, EXO, or am I still taking this away? I believe I'm still taking this away, and I can't deny the man who just stepped up so well for his team. Zyme again, scope in hand, trying to land a frag through that little cheeky peek there, but the smoke's covering it so well, and Liho kicks us off with the frag onto Jov. Can there be a reply? Yes, there is, from Rizbo, finally onto Lihu, shutting down the danger man. Now it all slows down with a 4-on-3, slightly in favour to PMP, but it could change with Zyme still alive with that scope in hand. Co definitely waiting for his moment to pounce as Zyme was tagged up. But he spots one at front of Hardware, does land the frag onto Mirko. Incredible play, but Solu charges in, takes down 2. Now Zyme has to go huge once again. Scope in hand, flies around, doesn't get the no-scope this time. And that is our half, boys.
User disconnected from your
So
channel.
we do see it ending at only 2 rounds to the attacking side, which was NCE, to the 10 rather favourable rounds to PMP. So will it be such a one-sided match this time, as we are waiting on EXO, who I do believe is dealing with the phone currently, which can be quite tricky, don't get me wrong. So 1 second, folks. I do believe it's back, and EXO, are you able to take us away into this round, or shall I continue? Seems I will be continuing, and Lee, who does have a little bit of a mid-spawn here. Let's see what he can do. SMG in hand, will he capitalise on the fact he's got quite a cheeky little spawn? Dives down to B long, drops the flash out. That is going to blind that player there, does manage to tag him up, and that is the job. Doesn't manage to land the frag, and Zyme drops both of them, one of his own teammates, but quickly, NCE look like a different team, as this has truly kicked off in their favour. 1 round to the final, good for them.
They really do need to pull it back now though, don't they?
Very much so.
Who am I going to follow now? I'm going to follow DNZ. I think he was scoping last half, wasn't he, before Zyme ended up taking it off him. And it looks like he will be taking up that SMG now and moving into that A area. Tagged up by a nade though, as we see the opening nade tag goes out. And Zyme again with that opening kill onto Mudai. Zyme really is playing a amazingly. As we see DNZ shutting down Lihu before being shut down by Umbe. Solu there with the SMD onto G-Job, and Reveler replying kind onto Mirko. Solu with the quick deagle there to Rizbo. 2 versus 2 with the bomb in the bomb site, giving the PMP guys an advantage. Zowie picks up a 3rd kill, I think, or maybe even a 4th onto Reveler. Zyme left alive. Zyme, can he clutch it yet again? He does know where both the opposing players are. Looking for the lucky no-scope on the stream. Will not connect anything this time though. Knows where the opposing player is. Again, diving around corner, going for the fancy shots, which will see him starred in some sort of YouTube video, I'm sure, if he does manage to hit any of them. But not today, my friend, not today. Moving towards that side, knows another player behind him, will tag him with a no-scope, and Solu too quick, moving in when he would have been expected to run away, and it will do him justice and pick up the frag. 2 rounds until we have a victory to PMP, it seems.
Very much, and let's see what Solu can do here with that SMG in hand. He's been leading the way on the scoreboard for the PMP boys with his fantastic little 2-mans he's been getting every now and then towards the end of the round. Can he do the same again? So going up for a bit of an A push here, and Reveler taking us away with the first nade frag onto Mudai. So now Favour does rest with NCE for once. They do seem to keep that strong as Lee, who drops to the SMG work at DNZ there, but Umbe with a quick reply, and Reveler going huge for the NCE side. Now Solu has a mountain to climb. Spots one, drops him. That's Reveler out of the picture. 3 more to go. Can he do this? Bomb is not within his grasp, so this is going to be a very hard round for him. Sits back A, hoping to get a little pick of one in A, but I wish I could tell you there was no one there, because he's hoping there is. So we do see a little bit of a crossfire being set up here, and Zyme with that scope in hand. I'd be scared at back A right now with those shots raining out above you. Solu cautiously walking down, trying to get a peek onto anyone around him. He knows there's one above, that's 1 down. 2 more for him to just note where they are, so there's a hope in hell of him getting this round. Will he go for the wall bang? I'm not too sure. With 38 seconds on the clock, he's got to make his mind up soon with a cheeky little silent run along B-long there. Looping around the map to try and confuse the NCE side and silently walking up onto hardware here. This could make a difference. He could get the frag onto Zyme, but I do believe he's darted away into Spawn House. So now Solu, clock ticking down, picks up 1. Can he get the second? At pillars now. Needs to get this frag really quickly as he does dart away towards that mid area. Does tag him up, but cannot land the frag. And Rizbo finally shutting down the German powerhouse.
Fingers crossed we will see a comeback from NCE at the moment, so I'm going to watch Zyme out of spawn. He really has absolutely played like gold for his team since he picked up that scope, and he is top fragging accordingly with 15-2 at the moment, as you see the opening nade kills going out from Jov and Lihu. And XYM will manage to spot the first player, shutting down Mirko in the mid area, and Reveler there to Lihu. DNZ following through with his team's recent successes onto Mudai, and Solu's left alive in the situation, which was more favoured by the NCE guys, as there is actually a player behind him, which he has not managed to notice at all as he managed to go through that B bomb site area. 1 versus 4. Here's a player above him. Does not manage to spot him though, as all the NCE players will want to just sit in and not expose themselves to the deadly fire of Solu, as he did prove last time. Solu exposing himself and will manage to pick up the frag to XYM. He really needed that one, and he ended up getting it in the end. Spots the opposing player, does not react as Rizbo. Faster reactions and will pick up the kill because of it. 11-5. Could this be the comeback?
They shouldn't tease me like this. I'm going to have to follow Zyme, as I just almost hope he doesn't keep dragging this out. Come on, PMP, this is your game. Let's not let this go away. But DNZ taking us away into this round with the nade onto Mirko. But Mudai not taking that for an answer, as he does drop Rizbo. And now we are left in a 3-on-4 in favour to NCE. Can the PMP boys get a pick to even it up? So I'm not spotting anything, but Solu now making his way into A with the SMG in hand. 2 players to find as they are both waiting for him, but Mudai does pick up DNZ there, who did kick us off into this round with the frag onto his teammate. Solu confidently leaping up onto the crate jump there, does spot one below jump, but does mess it up the second time. That's not exactly what you want. So come on Solu, get this pick. This is what you need. Otherwise your team are going nowhere. Bomb is stuck in that blue area with his fellow teammate Umbe, who's looking for that frag into A, but definitely not getting it. Now Zyme picks up one onto Solu, who just stepped out of place there, and it's all kicking off. And Mudai does pick up one onto Reveler. Tit for tat, 2-on-2. Can PMP rotate with his bomb in hand? They know where one is. Zyme! Fantastic frag, really coming in when it matters. But finally, Umbe does pick up the frag onto Dejov there in A. One-on-one, Zyme, the miracle man with a scope in hand against Umbe, who did so well the first half. Can Zyme land this frag with a fancy no-scope like he's been enjoying doing? Let's find out. Bomb going down into that area. Umbe doing his job like a good un, but Zyme not taking no for an answer. Dancing up onto this cheeky little jump to try and watch him run across. Doesn't manage to see him go onto roof. Umbe could get his deagle out. Oh, it's an AK. This is there very much in Umbe's favour. Does drop the frag, 12-5. And there we go, PMP. One more round.
Zyme's sight really did let him down a little bit there, as I think he managed to spot the opposing player on the roof, but did not manage to actually react accordingly. And we see Mudai getting tagged up heavily. Where is Mudai? I'm going to follow him. We haven't given him that much attention so far this match, even though he is playing very well for the PMP team. Where are you hiding? Oh, he's actually died right now. I'm just looking for a ghost, it seems, as we are left in a 4 versus 2 situation now, as you see Lihu with 2 quick kills onto DNZ and Jov, and this could be the match point for PMP right now. As we see Rizbo with 2 quick kills. Rizbo is hiding around that sandbags area, picking up 2 quick frags, and will he be able to get 2 more onto Mirko and Umbi, the 2 that are left alive for the PMP players? Knows where at least one of them is, and Mirko will be too quick from there, peeking out, not expecting to see an enemy player there, and there was, and again onto Zyme. Very nice. PMP will pick up the victory and move into the 3rd round of this cup. Yes,
Indeed.
for tonight.
That is it for tonight, I do believe.
Right.
Well, coming off the back of that, I can only hope the games going forward aren't that close. Well, I say that close. They looked close. There was comebacks, and then they just kind of went to absolute nothing. You know, in that game, PMP just absolutely stormed it. As soon as they got, the wind in their sails, they were well and truly away. Who do you think is going to come out on top of this whole cup then? We've got a few good teams in here. Who do you think is going to walk away with the victory?
I'm really not sure. I think one of the favourites will be either Antwerp Aces or Fragmasters going into this one. We've seen quite a lot of good teams moving towards the later rounds. And we've also seen quite a few close games, like earlier with Boom Slave and Ballers. But I think it should be quite a fierce cup as we get into the later stages, and hopefully not many more one-sided maps like we saw in that situation then.
I can only hope so.
Anyways, thanks very much for watching, guys. I'm not actually sure if we'll be back later on or not, so stay tuned and we'll post on the match comments when we find out more. Thanks very much for watching.